Hey guys, we're gonna do a review on a Honda Fourtrax 300. As you know, on my previous videos, it's just how-to videos. This channel's gonna be kind of a random stuff, and I had just picked this four-wheeler up about a month ago. It was a four-wheeler that set for about 4 years, I think, and it just hasn't been run for a long time. And I had a guy fix it up for me, and once he got it all fixed, it was ready to run, and it fires right up. It's got, I mean, a decent little bit of power. I mean, we got rid of the 90 Polaris that we had on this channel, and now we're just going to move up to this Fourtrax here, and I'm hoping it'll be a nice little fun rig to run around on the trails with. So I haven't been posting too many videos because it's really hard for me to make these videos, with it being there's really no place in my house that I can ride. I'm out on some trails right now, and this is how I can ride. But I mean, it fires right up. You go over here to this key switch, and you can just, I mean, all the lights and stuff work, and you just press the button and it'll fire right up. Pretty good. I don't know, it's kind of muddy. It was cleaner than this, but it's been through the trails and the mud. So I mean, it's a two-wheel drive Honda. It's got SL1234. I always call it super low. You can really call it whatever you want, but you know, it runs, idles good, and I'll just go ahead and turn it off here. But it runs and idles good. It's been registered, and I don't know, I mean, you can pay pretty good for these, but then again, some of them aren't really like that expensive. I've heard they're pretty indestructible, but I'm not exactly sure. I mean, this one doesn't burn oil or anything. It just I mean, it's a pretty solid running machine. When we got it, it needed a complete tune-up, and it was just overrun with strange things inside of this thing. It was mice nest and wasp nest and, you know, everything else. But as far as everything goes, I mean, we'll do a little test drive, and I can show you the capabilities of it. But as far as everything else goes, so right here you have your little latch for your seat, and then your seat should just pop right out. And then in here you've got your air filter, and then this has all been clean. This was all really dirty. We put a new air filter in it, you know, just a regular good old tune-up, and it running like new again. But this is supposed to come out. The battery's supposed to be under there, but it's not, because of some people are having charging issues with it. So they put an enormous battery in here, and they actually put it under this rack right here, which this rack folds. If you know Honda 300s, this rack unfolds right here, and this whole thing, see, it just folds over, and there's a little rubber piece under here that you just grab. Sorry for the horrible camera work, but, and then you got a battery. They put a lawnmower battery in the toolbox, because this is also supposed to be tool space, but I mean, they just put some connectors. I'm gonna put a battery that fits it, not a lawnmower battery, so I can have this compartment. But besides that, we're just gonna go ahead, go down here, and I think it's right there, latch that. And then it's got a nice towing hitch on it. I don't think that's aftermarket. It possibly could be. I haven't done the research for it, but it's a direct drive, you know, whatever such. And then the exhaust has been rusted out, so it's kind of got a can around it to try to keep quieting it down. But I mean, it is a trail four-wheeler, so we're not really aiming to go really loud with it. I mean, you could performance upgrade it quite a bit. And it's got a Kickstarter. I mean, it's not a mint four-wheeler, but it's still works pretty good for it being, I think it's a mid-90s. And then it's got this Kickstarter. It just folds out, which these actually kickstart this way. You would think it would, but there's a fender here. So then you just put up your compression release, and then you can kick this bad boy, and it'll fire right up. Here, I'll go ahead and give it one good kick, just from the side for y'all. And yeah, see, it pops right back in there, fires right up, as you can tell. I mean, thing is with these Hondas is they're super, you gotta make sure they're warm, or they will not run. Like, you can't get them to move if they're not heated up and warmed up to run. But I mean, it's got this on here. This is for a winch or snowplow or whatever you want to put on this. But like I said, it's only two-wheel drive, so to put a snowplow on this thing, I don't know how well it would actually do. I mean, it'll plow through some mud pretty quick, but I wouldn't. I mean, you could probably, I'm probably gonna put a winch. I'll make a video probably on that, putting a winch in here and everything. But the lights work and everything really works about factory, except there's just been a few things that have been replaced. I'm not sure what the previous owner did with it. It was an older gentleman that had it for so many years, and he supposedly bought it brand new. But this is a really cool machine. It's not all these lights and stuff work, and the switches. There's only one thing about it. I'm probably gonna need some new grips here in a little bit. The reverse works. We had to put a filament in the gas tank because there was a problem with rust. So you can see it's not, can't really tell really well, but I mean, yeah. And then it's got the little air vent at the top, flip back and forth. And I mean, for a 300, you don't really need anything bigger. I mean, I see all these people without the 570s, the 800s, 1000s. I mean, you're gonna run out of you're gonna run out of weight way before you run out of power. I mean, this has climbed everything I've put it through, and I'll show you over here. I'm just kind of out here by a creek, and there's a mud hole right here. And I mean, it don't look very deep on camera, but when you get out to right there, that's a pretty deep trench. And I just cross through here, and I can go that way and right there and everything, and it'll plow through all that stuff easy. And that bank right there is pretty steep. I mean, it's got a good 1 foot top to it now, but it's probably foot and a half deep right in there, and it's just a bunch of sludge in it. It'll plow through all of that stuff, so I'm not complaining. It's a nice four-wheeler. It's just not completely original because the exhaust is a little loud from rust spots rusting it out. But I mean, you gotta, I think it's on, off, and reserve. I think you have a reserve. I'm not exactly sure because I can't really see very well. But I mean, yeah, it's direct drive, so you don't gotta worry about any chains going everywhere and such. These tires are not factory. These tires are I guess something in the 80s that had to do with floating. I'm not sure. You'll have to do a little more. If someone wants to tell me in the comments about that, I would appreciate that. But yeah, as far as that goes, we'll just go ahead and fire it up and just do a little test drive. I can drive it with one hand because I have the camera today, but you know, you can see down there is the shifter, and then I'll just pop it in the first gear, which is 1 up. So we'll go ahead and turn it. It has a really sharp turning radius. So we'll just pop it through here and see what we can do with it. We'll just go ahead and cross right here. I mean, you can see it's not too deep in here. It goes almost about up to the rims, and that's the deepest right here, but I'm not gonna go through there as of right now because I'm trying to make this video quick. It's windy and about to rain. I'll show you, I'll get off this thing, show you what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, you can see it'll plow through this stuff pretty easy. I mean, it's not any deep mud. This thing's meant for work, not running through a bunch of mud. But I mean, I'll definitely upload a few more videos on this thing, and maybe a few how-to videos. But I like it a lot. We may post some Honda 250 XL dirt bike action on here. I'm not sure. We have a lot of Honda vehicles that are they're really cool. I like to go over and ride them around, but it's mostly I don't post videos just because we don't have very many trails around our house, and right now I'm at a property with trails. So all right, I will go ahead and pull this out of here, show you how well it does. Here we go. That's pretty deep right there. Better stand up. And you can see it just pulls right out of there, and it's not extremely deep, but you can see how this ledge is. I mean, it's pretty much straight down, and I dug that out earlier, but it'll pull through. So all right, well, thank you for watching. If you like the videos, you can subscribe. I'm not gonna beg you to, but I will see you in the next video.